Hey everybody on YouTube, this is Kyle Snyder once again, aka Clipton, and the postseason is going to be starting up this Saturday, and I am looking forward to the playoffs this season in the NFL. I mean, it's been an unpredictable season. Teams that we didn't expect to be good were great. Teams that we expected to make it to the playoffs easily fell hard. I mean, this was a season for the ages. But as we all know, the NFL is the most unpredictable sporting league in all sporting leagues here in America. But anyways, here go my predictions for the playoffs this season. And I'm going to start off with the AFC side first. First off, with the wild card round, the first game, of course, is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I know the Chiefs have a great defense, but I think the Indianapolis Colts are going to be able to overcome that. Yes, it is true that the Colts do struggle on offense from time to time and on occasions defense, but they've been hot as of late. I think that they're going to be able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs by a one-score game. I predict they're going to win by like 4 or 5 points, but yeah, I don't know what the exact score is going to be, but that's my prediction. The Indianapolis Colts are going to hand the Chiefs an early exit into playoffs. Then, of course, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the San Diego Chargers. The Bengals are going to absolutely destroy the San Diego Chargers. They're better on offense. They're better on defense. They have the home field advantage. And because it's going to be cold up there, and the Chargers probably are not used to playing in the cold. This is going to it's not going to be like the Freezer Bowl, but pretty close to it. The Bengals are going to win this one easily. Then, of course, the division round, it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts versus the Denver Broncos. Of course, as much as I want the Colts to win, I don't think it's going to happen. The Denver Broncos are going to be playing at home, so, this time it's going to be the Denver Broncos that's going to be getting the victory over the Indianapolis Colts. Then, of course, we got the Bengals that are going to be taking on the New England Patriots, and I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to once again defeat the New England Patriots because, obviously, the Patriots do not have all their offensive weapons. We saw what happened with Rob Gronkowski tearing his ACL and MCL. He's out, and he's possibly not going to be able to return next season. Unless he, miraculously recovers big time. Because, he got injured way late in the season. The Bengals are going to come out on top. Then, of course, the AFC Championship. It's going to be the Bengals versus the Broncos. I think the Broncos are going to win it. As much as the Bengals won it, the Broncos will want it even more. So, the Denver Broncos, I'm predicting, are going to be the AFC champions and will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Now on to the NFC side. We got the Saints versus the Eagles, and I know a lot of people are saying that the Saints have terrible luck and play when they have to play on the road during the playoffs, but I think this is going to be the first time in which the New Orleans Saints are going to win a playoff game on the road. Yes, it's going to be a very close game. I predict it's going to come down to the wire. But in the end, the New Orleans Saints are going to end up winning it just barely. Then, of course, we got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Green Bay Packers. A classic rivalry. These two teams have duked it out throughout the regular season and the postseason throughout much of the history of the NFL. And this is obviously going to be no different, but, it's obviously going to be a great game, no doubt about it, but once again, I think the 49ers are going to barely pull it off. The Green Bay Packers may have Aaron Rodgers back, but we're not sure if he's going to be able to, pull it off. It was one thing to beat the Chicago Bears, but going up against the 49ers, that's completely different. The Niners are a lot tougher on defense than the Chicago Bears are. The 49ers are going to win this one based on their defense. Then to the division round, we got the Carolina Panthers versus the San Francisco 49ers. I believe that the 49ers are once again going to pull it off. I mean, the Carolina Panthers, yeah, they have been a great team, but once again, I predict it's going to be one of those games where it's going to come down to the wire, and the San Francisco 49ers are probably going to win it on a last-minute interception. And because, I'm predicting it's going to be Navarro Bowman that's going to get the game-winning interception. And next up, we got the New Orleans Saints versus the Seattle Seahawks. This one's easy, Seahawks, because let's face it, it is absolutely very difficult to defeat the Seahawks in Seattle. I mean, their arena is like a noise fest. You can't even hear yourself think there. That's how noisy it is. And thank goodness I've never been to that place, because I'd have a migraine in a second if I were there. But yeah, the Seattle Seahawks are going to easily destroy the New Orleans Saints, which comes down to the NFC Championship game, which will be the 49ers versus Seattle, which the Seattle Seahawks are going to win. Once again, they'll have the home field advantage, and, it's going to take a miracle for the 49ers to win that one, and I don't think they'll have any more miracles left by then. So Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks will be the NFC champions, and they'll move on to the Super Bowl to face the Denver Broncos. And I'm predicting for Super Bowl 48, I'm predicting that it's going to be a bad weather game that they're going to have to play in the snow in a blizzard, which will make a very, very fun Super Bowl to watch. And I think the Denver Broncos are going to end up winning it by a score of 30-24. Peyton Manning will finally get his second ring. He won't have to answer to the critics, why do you only have one ring? Well, I'm predicting Peyton Manning will finally get his second ring after all this time. And yeah, that's my predictions on what I think is going to happen this postseason. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.